wanted to talk to you about, I know you mentioned earlier about like challenges and things, like if you being an African American judge and things like that. Like, and this is your first, not your, well, you've been doing it for 3 years now. Like, I know it had, like, I know you had to like experience some challenges and things like that. How were you able to get over the challenges of being a first, a new judge and learning everything and starting everything from scratch? And like, how did you get through some of your challenges as a judge?
One step at a time and one day at a time. It's so funny because anything you do, and I was nervous. I was scared to no end. Once I won, it was like, now what did I get myself into? I can't be a judge.
You almost took over the whole city. Did you see that? The whole, it was all like, I looked at the map. I said, did the other person get any votes? You took, the whole map was all your color.
And I love my people. I love y'all, and I thank y'all. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate my community support. Y'all don't know how much, and I love y'all, and I just love you, and that's why I'm here to serve at the best capacity I can. But yeah, I did win.
You did. It was a big one. That's why I was like, get him, girl.
You can say that. But so challenges, just like anything else, first person going to college from my family, first person being an attorney, it's overwhelming sometimes and it's challenging, but I was up to the challenge. You have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and put in the work. I mean, our jobs are not easy as a judge, especially in family court. Our courts come with a lot of emotional baggage. Mm-hmm. We see people sometimes at their worst. They're going through divorces, disillusions, loss of children, children being adjudicated delinquent. It's a lot of emotional baggage. So you just have to, I did it again, but just like I said, one step at a time, one day at a time. Be willing to learn, learn about the resources, latched on to judges to learn and have people model for me, to reach out to former judges and attorneys. And anytime I don't know something, I say, you educate me. There's some attorneys who've been practicing as long as I've been born. So there's no way I can surpass them in knowledge, especially in that domestic relations law. So I have to be willing to learn, and I have to be willing to know that I don't know everything, and I'm not going to know everything. All I can do is try my best to learn and learn from mistakes, learn from failures, and just do the best job I can do as a judge, and it will fit. And, I've had attorneys tell me, I can see it. I can see it. The first couple months I was probably wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I'm sitting over here with a robe and I'm supposed to be making decisions. I was not sure. Well, now I'm gaining confidence and I've gotten my rhythm now because I am learning, I am practicing, and because I believe this is my path and my purpose, and I'm all in. It just comes naturally, and you will get it. So anything in life, anything worth having in life, there's going to be a challenge. There's going to be fighting. There's going to be enemies coming against you. There's going to be haters, since you will be, there's going to be all that. And it just pushes and propels you. You can use it to let it destroy you, or you can use that energy and take all that negative and let it push you into your purpose and learn. So it just, be willing to be open and learn, be willing to learn, and be willing to listen. And no, I just don't know everything.
Okay. So I did notice, like, me as being a advocate, I've noticed that there's a disconnect with the upper management. Like, I think, like, and you don't have to say no names or anything like that. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you what I see with my own little eyes and things. There's a disconnect with the management. Like, the judges is over here. Law enforcement has their thoughts. Judges have their thoughts. City council have their thoughts. The mayor has his thoughts. The FOP has their thoughts. I'm just like, well, are we gonna meet in that middle? Like, how are we gonna get on the same page, or how can we push the community forward when everyone is like on kind of like different pages?
Yeah, we have to support one another because, again, as an elected official, I am here. I'm your servant. So I'm working for the public. So I have to, when I'm doing my job, think about the public. This is not about me, it's about the public. And we have to work collaboratively. And you're not always going to have the same goals. Law enforcement has a total different goal of what the correction system has and what the rehabilitation system has and what the mental health system has and what the judges have and what the attorneys have. So there's going to always be conflict, but learning how to respect each other and try to come collaboratively with the community mind and the concept of the community and what can we do to have a safe community that we all want to live in and we all want to have safe and everybody wants to be safe and raise your children in. And it just is all getting on the same page and being able to talk and communicate and agree to disagree, because you're not going to always agree. Because again, all of us have different purposes and all of us have different processes, and every institution is separate of itself and they have a job to do. So we have to respect each other's differences, and we have to not point fingers and speculate and call out people and say they're not doing their job when we don't know. I don't know what the mayor does. Just, our mayor is very supportive of our initiative. He contacted our AJ the other day and, what can I do? And, can we, I'm with you and I'm here and I'm here. He's the mayor. He can't be a judge. So but he's saying I'm here. And that's what we have to do is work to, just like I know our council president, Shannon Hart, he has a heart for the city of Columbus. And he just loves this city. And he you can tell he takes pride in every decision and every vote he makes. Our community servants really want to do a good job and keep our community safe. We live here, and that might be some of it, maybe require people to live, work where you live.
I was going to ask you that earlier, like, because you said you live in Franklin County.
I have to.
And how important is that? It's for the leaders to actually be in the city that they're leading.
I think that's critical, and I think that's very important. As judges and elected officials, you can't run unless you're a resident of the municipality or the office that you're running for. Okay. So, for instance, Commissioner Kevin Boyce, he can't live in Delaware County and be a Franklin County commissioner. He has to reside in Franklin County.
Oh.
Mayor Ginther, he has to live within the Corporation of Columbus. So elected officials have to live in their, Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, she has to live in her District 3. She can't live in District 21 and rule over District 3. So we have to be a resident of the area that we're in charge of. So I think it would be beneficial if leaders and persons who provide services to our community resided here. I mean, you can't force anyone to do anything, but I think it makes a big difference because we all value where we live. And we take ownership and you take pride in it and you want to keep it safe. Just like in my neighborhood. If I see trash, I pick it up. I don't want a trash-filled neighborhood. If I didn't live here, I might not care about the trash. So I think if you live in an area that you're charged or called to protect or to work or watch over, I think it would help. It would help. It would help.
Do your neighbors...
Excuse me.
Do your neighbors know who you are?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They do?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And it's a cool thing because, like, yeah, they know who I am, and
they know what you do.
They know what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I might.
So do you feel like they treat you like, do they treat you weird? Like, do people treat you weird when they find out that you're a judge? Like, do they start acting all weird and funny around you?
For the most part. People are very welcome. They'll say, I saw you. I know you from somewhere. And then when they figure out, but you got to always be on your toes because, girl, I've been places walking and everybody got on their masks and like, hey, Judge. We're just like we see Congresswoman Beatty. You be at the grocery store like, there's Congresswoman Beatty. So, but again, I live in this community. I want to be a part of it. I want people to know that I'm out there and I'm engaged. So, most people are very respectful. A lot of people call me Judge now, so that's my first name is Judge. And people treat me the same. I mean, it's just, they have respect for the role, and I treat them the same. I still talk to the kids and my neighbors. So, yeah. It's a reverence, but it's a good reverence.
So let us get to know who you are. So what's your favorite color?
Black.
Black.
And then my second favorite color is purple. So black and purple.
Purple. Mm-hmm. So do you have a hobby, something that you enjoy doing?
So since COVID, I've been watching Netflix. So hobbies are, I like to walk. I love to walk. I like to roller skate. I like to read, and I like to travel. And I like to go to nice restaurants and experience different food. So
yeah. Oh, I love food too. Food makes me happy.
Yeah. But
so what's your favorite place to travel to? Like, where's your favorite?
When I went to Greece.
Greece? Yeah.
Everything was beautiful. Everything was crisp. Everything was white and blue, and just the water was crisp and blue, and it was just, the people were wonderful. The food was phenomenal. Nothing was processed. Everything was made fresh every day, and people just relaxed, and they learned just that hustle and bustle moving. Over there, they get offended if you ask for coffee to go, and everybody there sits. And Italy is another place. They sit and they have family time. They have family meals. You'll sit in a restaurant there. You can be in there 4 hours and they don't care and they don't rush you. You just take your time. You just enjoy the moment. So it taught me to enjoy the moment. So yeah. And then I come back here and I go get my coffee to go, and I'm getting everything rushing. But yeah.
You mentioned earlier about getting back to the basics. Do you think maybe we should go back to like some of the things that we used to do back in the day?
Yeah.
Would that? Yeah. Cause I feel like with all this internet stuff and phones and computers, like people spend so much time like glued to their phone and in their computers and their, it's like,
yeah, and we've lost that social connection. And
yes,
whatever what it's worth, everything is either God sent or God used. Maybe COVID slowed us down and get back to the basics, because we've been moving at a fast.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, even like me and my son, I had made a rule when we were going to dinner before he got married. He would take me out every month. It would be mother and son time, and we did it. They had 4 kids. They couldn't have time. It's like, I just come over y'all's house. But put your phone down when you're in that moment. You respect people and put your phone down. Listen to people, watch people, be in that moment. I think as a society, we have gotten so hustle bustle. You can order everything on the internet. You don't have to go to the bank. You don't have to go to the pharmacy. You don't have to mail cards anymore. You just send a card, SOS. We've become, as we've progressed, we've lost our sense of community, our values of treating people. And most of us are people, and we need social connection. And I think that's why a lot of people, when COVID was going on, you had a lot of people going through depression and going through anxiety.
Yes.
Because they were closed off and isolated. But we need that. We need to get back to the basics where people care about each other.
Yes.
Slow down and not all that road rage. You just slow down. Life is so short and life is so sweet. And just in this COVID, how, it took people's lives who were healthy, and, death is inevitable. But when you see how death can impact people, hopefully it just makes us to be more appreciative of life, more better stewards over this earth that God gave us, and better family members, better friends, and just better people. And say hi. A hi doesn't cost anything. Giving somebody eye contact doesn't cost anything. Right. Saying good morning, giving somebody a greeting, none of that costs a cent. And we've gotten so people just are focused, and then they're not review. What's it called?
Tunnel. Is it tunnel vision?
And they could care less about anybody else but them, and that's all they're focused on. And there's a world existing outside of you. And
yes.
And just go out there and expose yourself. And just, I always like children, and my grandkids give me joy. And you think of the innocence of children, how they just love. They love hard. They have no prejudices. They know black and white and green and blue. We teach them differences, but they have nothing malice. No, it's just all innocent. It's just all loving, and it's just all, naive. I just enjoy life, and they just go enjoy life. I just want to enjoy life, and I want people to enjoy it and get out of bondage. You just learn to live, because people say you only live once, you only die once. So
Yeah.
live every day.
Live every day. That's right. You mentioned your son,
Mm-hmm.
and he's an entrepreneur, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So during the protest, I think I read that his store was one of
Loot.
the stores that was
Mhm.
broken into. And if I remember correctly, I believe he pretty much like was like, um I'm
Rather,
not gonna word it.
rather than being retaliatory or vengeful or seeking, that he just decided to use this as an opportunity to
Yes.
expound on love, and that was just spread the love,
Yes.
and he used. I mean,
Thank
he
you
was
for helping
upset.
me.
He was
That
upset.
yes.
Being peaceable. It's
I
tangible.
was like, when I read it, I said yes. Like there was business owners that kind of like embraced the movement down there. It was just like, look, guys, it was my business and things like that. But they put up their little board things, and it says a lot about you. And how yeah, I was just like, when I read it, I said, good job, mom.
Yeah,
I
he's
was
a very
proud.
was very.
I
He's
was
a big. I
proud.
was proud. I
You
was
were
proud.
proud too. I was
I was
like,
so proud. I mean, he is such a humble, forgiving soul. He holds no ill will. He goes to bed every night with a clear conscience, and every day he wakes up and he tries to give the world his best. Um, that's awesome. And as a mom, that's the biggest accolade I can get. That my son tries to give his best every day to everybody, and everything he does. He owns a shoe boutique. Him and Yavis Ellis have now started a marketing firm, and
okay.
coaches at Eastmore Academy, and he devotes and gives his all. He doesn't give you half anything. It's always all. And I thank God that I taught him that, and I practice that, because that's my whole thing in life. Give people your all. Don't give people
Yes.
give them your all. That's what we're put on this earth to do. And I'm not discounting anybody, and I'm not giving you a discount version of me.
So, with you having a son, do you have some of the fears that some of the other mothers have, although you're a judge?
Absolutely. And without beating a dead horse, because some people get upset that we talk about this all the time, but it's just life. My son, being a black mother, raising a black son, I lived in fear for my son every time he
Mm-hmm.
left the home. Until he came back home, there's always that what if. And he's gotten those talks over and over again. When he first started driving, I was nervous. And even now, as a black person, when he left, because I was over their house the night that this store got broken into and looted. He was taking a nap, and he was getting ready to get back up because he works all the time. And he got the call, and he darted out the house. And as a mom, my heart sank, because I said, what if something happens and he gets stopped and he's just not in the right frame of mind? And it's just, as a mother, one bad move or one wrong interpretation, you can be childless. And that's a black mother's fear. And I always have it, and I will always have it. My son's 34 and he's married and has 4 kids, but it's not as intense as it used to be, but it never goes away. It never goes away. Because we have those issues. We have issues, and our black men have issues, and black women. I mean, we just there's and it's not everybody. I'm not blaming everybody, but we live in a society where black men are endangered species. So yeah, as a black mom, that weighs heavily on me. And when I hear about these mothers, it just, my heart sinks and breaks. Um, I don't have any words for that. It's just, yeah, that was a fear. That's, as a black mother, that has always been a fear.
Have you ever experienced any type of discrimination or racism in life?
That's a rhetorical question. Yes,
You
constantly.
have.
Yes, um, yes. But again, I'm not. I just fight through it and just do what I need to do. But yes, we experience
You have.
discrimination on a regular basis.
Wow.
I
And
mean,
as
see,
as a professional, have you experienced it even as a professional?
you think
Yeah.
about it. Look at our president of the United States, Barack Obama, and his wife. They had his wife caricatures of her as a monkey. everything they did, she was perceived as an aggressive woman and fist bumping, and they were just ugh. And our Madam Vice President, all the criticism that she's endured just from being a black woman. Meghan Markle and just having that interview with Oprah. People don't know our story, and that's why it's so disingenuous sometimes just to say, "Oh, get over it, slavery's over," or "It's not that bad." Until you walk in my shoes, you don't know what it is. So don't be disingenuous and discount and dismiss what I have experienced. And what I experienced as a black woman, you haven't experienced. And don't make my experience your experience, and don't make your experience my experience. It's different for everybody, but it happens. And we have to come to the realization that racism is real. We need to do something to eradicate it. And I have throngs of white women and white men who support us and who are supporting equality and equity and justice, and it's phenomenal. I love it. So it's more good than bad out there, but we have to address a problem, and one, you have to acknowledge that there is a problem. And
there is a problem
because racism and slavery was in our DNA. It's just like diabetes or high blood pressure. It's in your blood, and you have to do things to be preventative and to stave off the problems, and to keep from being sicker and dying from it. But you got to deal with the issue. You can't ignore diabetes, or you're going to have a leg amputated, or you're going to go in diabetic coma. You can't ignore heart issues, or you're going to have a heart attack. So we came from slave ships. Slavery was established in our country. We were never considered human beings. We were never considered a whole fifth of a person, 5/5. That is always there. And it's always there. And we have to address it, and we have to make it better for our children. Now, has it gotten better? Yes. And no,
Well, you're the change, and you're helping move us forward.
yes, all of us are.
Yeah, that's
And
why I put in. I don't know if you saw the video, but I said, Judge Monica keeps it 100, and you keep, I don't know if you saw. Did you? I said Judge Monica Hawkins. I mean, but it's very important for us to have these conversations.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful that you took the time to talk to us. To help, this conversation is helping us move forward. There, you said a lot of things in your interview that some people didn't know. I didn't even, a lot of it I didn't know, so that's why I was asking certain questions, so that we can help, move forward, because it's moving, but it's moving.
We're not going to see all of it, but it's moving. The fact, it's moving, and all we can do is be positive and move it further. And then we have to be allies. Like I said, the civil rights movement was white people, Jewish people, black people, all fighting for equality and justice. And just like now, there are white people, Jewish people, Asian people, Indian people that believe in treating people like human beings, and they support us, and they say we're there for you, we're with you, and they help make this meaningful. So again, I believe that we can be a better society. I believe that we are getting a better society. It's just it's just an upward move up the mountain to the promised land that Martin Luther King talked about. So we just keep pushing and plugging forward.
Amen. Are there any last, anything that you would like to leave the community, like just anything? It's something, a important message that you wish you can share with the community, something they should know.
Just that I love my community. I appreciate all of your support. You guys have been the wind beneath my wings. I have had nothing but constant support, and I love it. And I'm here to do the best that I can to provide the best services and the best quality services and customer service to the litigants that come in our court. And that we can do this, and we need to bond together and love each other. I just love each other, forgive people, forgive hard, love hard, and shoot to be your best version of yourself, and educate yourself, get connected to persons, be mentors, be mentees, be volunteers, get involved in your community, get involved in your churches, as we're being lifted up, we pull somebody up. You know,
Amen.
there's nobody that is gotten where they are by themselves. And if they tell you that, they're telling a fib. We all get somewhere because of our community. And and that's all I can tell us is wrap your arms around the community and just be positive and push for that positivity. And like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high.
We go high. That's right. I don't know if you were able to look at like your comments, but I see some of your girls in here. Miss Kelly Johnson. I see you, Jen Stack. It's the Stack, right? Jen Stack. I don't want to mess up your last name, but I see you in here, Jen. Well, my best friend Trina, she just stopped through.
Oh, cool. Well, I haven't been able
I'm going through the comments and seeing everyone. But so I done kept you for an hour and a half. And I know you're a very important, busy lady. So
never too busy for you, Jodi.
Oh, stop. But thank you so much. And I will make sure that in the future, I would love to have a panel discussion with the judges. Like, you know, you guys just get on in, you know, because I know they sat down, well, not sat down, but they had a Zoom, like 5 judges spoke with one of the news reporters about the youth, the spiking youth.
I was in trial that
situation.
But Judge Stroud, Judge Page, Judge Beatty Blunt. I mean, we can do a panel discussion.
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy. To. Judge Crowcroft. I mean, we got some phenomenal women out here. And so I'd be more than happy.
Cool. So hopefully we can do that in the near future.
Yep. And we even got Judge. He's over immunity court. We got a brother, so we get a good panel.
Said it good.
I said we can get a good panel together.
Yes. And then we can have like address some of the. I can maybe ask like the community some issues or some different things they would like to tackle, and you know, see what they want us to talk about and things, and we can just have a little convo, little chat. Just, you know,
and then maybe every judge from every court can explain what their court does, because a lot of times I think people don't know what each court. You know, we got probate court, we got domestic relations and juvenile court, we have general division, that's adult court felonies, and we have municipal court. They deal with misdemeanors and traffic tickets, and people need to understand. That's why I want to put my face out there. We as judges are important. Judges affect every aspect of your life. So get to know your judges. Don't wait until you go vote for them. Get to know who you're voting for.
Yes.
Judge Beatty Blunt says it best. When you go before a judge, that's the last and the wrong time. It's too late to learn about them. It's too late. So again, you educating the community and putting faces to judges. So when people go in, they make informed decisions and know, because judges are very important in maintaining the status quo in the society. And we meet and we answer every question, and every problem has to go in the court. One of the courts, it has to. Probate deals with wills, intestate wills, intestate estates. They deal with mental health capacity. They deal with guardianship. Our court is family court. So I would love to do that, so people can just be educated on elementary of what each court does and what each court's jurisdiction is.
Yeah, because it's complicated, like that whole court system. And then with the new one, they put all the misdemeanors in the glass kind of building, and then there's I know there's a 375 building, and then there right across is like another court building. Are those for like misdemeanors, or is that for felonies? So the other building, is it 345?
I think so. So I can't. So the municipal court is on the far end on Fulton and High, and then our court and probate court sits in the middle, and then you have general division that sits. And I can't think of the addresses offhand, but we're all separate, but we're all in that little complex. But every court has its own domain and its own infrastructure that you have to go to. Like you can't come to our court to deal with muni issues. You got to go to municipal court. So say that you had different crimes. You got, there's different things that happen. So you got to go to different courts, like for every one. Yeah, every court has its own jurisdiction. It's got subject matter jurisdiction and personal jurisdiction. So we can't, like, we just can't cross train. Like, even with marrying people, I have to get permission from the probate court to marry people, because probate court has a jurisdiction and a purview over marriage certificates and marrying people. So what he does is he appoints me for a judge for the day to be able to perform a marriage. A lot of people don't know that. I didn't even know that till I became a judge. So I think that'll be great to educate people, because you waited too late to ask those questions. But every court,
I know, right?
things I mean, so... Queen Sugar about to come on. So the two things I can leave with every court has two prongs. It has to have personal jurisdiction over the person, and it has to have subject matter jurisdiction. So in our court, the personal jurisdiction is Franklin County.
Okay.
You have to be a resident of Franklin County. And then our subject matter jurisdiction is family, divorce, disillusions, abuse, neglect, dependency, and delinquency and truancy, and termination of parental rights. Adoption is in probate court. So that'll be a great thing to have a panel of judges just to explain what their jurisdiction is. And what
that would be awesome. Because we're out here. I mean, people don't find things out until they actually have to go to court, and they be like, oh, and then by that time it's so confusing, and the system is like, and also,
it's overwhelming, but we're going to be positive. And Judge Beatty Blunt has a good education. She can give you education one-on-one. I like her little synopsis of the court system. So we'll have her come and give us a court history and a purview over what court does what, and the conjunction junction. She kind of gives you the gambit. So
yeah,
and give us all the backdrop to courts, and then every judge can explain what their court does and kind of give you an overview of what their court does, and hopefully help the community. Again, we want the community to be educated. A well-educated community will be more resourceful and be more successful. So yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And like, if one other question I want to ask you, if a person has a case pending,
there you go. What?
Are they allowed to reach out to the judges? Like,
no.
Like if they don't have an attorney, so if you got a pending court case, you can't reach out to the judge.
That's ex parte communication. You cannot reach out to the judge.
Really? Do you get in trouble for that?
Yeah, we don't get in trouble for that.
No, not you. What, the people that has a court case, like if they try to reach out and try to, like, what if they need some advice or something? Like,
we can't. It's ex parte communication. You can't.
And what about when somebody wants to fight in court if they don't want to have a public defender or a lawyer, they want to fight themselves? What is it called?
They can represent themselves.
So people can represent themselves in court. So is it equal? So do they still get an equal? They get treated equal when they fight for themselves?
Or I can with myself, yes. So everybody in my courtroom has an opportunity to be heard, and when they leave out of here, hopefully they know that they got to say what they needed to say. And then, and I even you may not like my decision, but I let people have their opportunity. People want to be heard and they want to be seen.
So do people do that? Yeah. Do people like this fight? Okay.
Yeah,
so what about the ones
you give them parameters? Yeah, pro se litigants come in our courtroom and they file for divorces and dissolutions. They argue their cases and they have a constitutional right, and I allow that.
Okay. And another thing, what about hardships? When someone has a hardship and they're unable to pay for certain things. I know you said about the pro bono lawyers earlier, but is there like I know I remember when I try to when you try to fight the case by yourself, you can apply. Is there like a hardship thing or something that you can apply for or something?
It's called an indigency form. So you can, because everything you file costs money. So if you want to file, like say for instance, you're a grandparent and you want to file for custody of your grandkid, but you have to be a party to the action. So you can fill out an indigency form. And if you meet the qualifications, then that we can waive your filing fees for certain things. So again, resources. We have resource rooms. I know municipal court has a resource floor. Check on the website, because we try to help indigent people as much as we can, because we want everyone to have equal access to the court system. and we want people to have representation. And if they can't afford it, give them an opportunity to present their case in the best way that they can. And in our court, we have a resource room down on the 5th floor where attorneys are down there, and they try to help people fill out forms to get divorces and to get dissolutions. Because some stuff is that simple. You just want a divorce. You don't have any assets to share. You've been living separate and apart. You just finally want to finalize it. They go to the resource room, you fill out the paperwork, and I'll give you your divorce. We try to make life very simple. We as judges try to make life as uncomplicated as we can. And we provide as many resources as we can. And that's the best, that I can do. But we do everything we can to provide resources to folks and make it affordable for all of our litigants.
Okay. One last question before we go. With the COVID pandemic, with the pandemic and everything, I know everything has changed as far as with the courts and the schedulings and the this and that. Is there something that's important that they should know about the the changes with the courts during pandemic?
Well, again, because we're post-pandemic and we're trying to get up to the capacity and get back to as normal as we can.
Okay.
And the best thing I think people can do is look at our website. It has all of our judges. It has all the resources. It has all of our departments. It has contact people. It has phone numbers. And it gives you an overview of our procedures, our policy, and our practices, and our operating hours. So a lot of times just go to our website, and hopefully it can help you navigate so you don't go down there needlessly, or when we're not open, or if we don't have the services, or if you need to get something else done before you come down there. So you don't have to keep down there.
So check the website first.
The website. And every court has a website. Municipal court has their website, Court of General Division, probate court. All of them have very user-friendly web pages that you can go to kind of see what services they offer and their operating hours and what the rules and restrictions are post-COVID.
Okay. All right.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
So I don't see. Let me see if I have any questions down here.
Probably all gone to been on here for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I think everyone was just going along with the conversation. But all right, well, until next time, Judge Monica Hawkins, I appreciate you, and thank you everyone for watching us. And I will see you guys later. This is your girl Jodi Ann with the Jodi Inspired Show and Judge Monica Hawkins.
Bye, guys. Hearts.
Bye. Mwah. Peace out.
You're about to have me say peace out. Bye.
Bye.